The architectural history of Florence, Italy. Florence holds a central place in the history of Western architecture. As the birthplace of the Renaissance, the city became a laboratory for new ideas about space, proportion, and the relationship between architecture and human experience. Yet Florence's architectural story did not begin with the Renaissance alone. Its buildings reflect layers of Roman planning, medieval faith, civic pride, and artistic ambition, all woven into a remarkably coherent urban fabric. Roman and early medieval foundations. Florence originated as the Roman settlement of Florentia, founded in the 1st century BCE. The Roman grid plan, with its cardo and decumanus, still underlies parts of the historic center today. Remnants of Roman walls, baths, and the amphitheater influenced the city's later development, establishing a foundation of order and geometry that would re-emerge in Renaissance planning ideals. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Florence became a fortified medieval town. Architecture during this period was defensive and religious in character. Narrow streets, tower houses, and thick stone walls reflected political instability and competition among powerful families. Romanesque churches such as San Miniato al Monte and San Lorenzo demonstrate a preference for clarity, symmetry, and geometric decoration, setting an important precedent for later architectural innovation. Gothic Florence and civic identity. By the 13th and 14th centuries, Florence had grown into a prosperous commercial and banking center. Gothic architecture took hold, though in a restrained and distinctly Florentine form. The city's most ambitious project of this era was Santa Maria del Fiore, the cathedral begun in 1296. Its massive scale symbolized civic pride, while its decorative marble facade reflected a refined sense of color and proportion. Civic architecture also flourished during this period. The Palazzo Vecchio, with its fortress-like appearance and soaring tower, embodied the authority of the Florentine Republic. Unlike the ornate Gothic cathedrals of Northern Europe, Florence's Gothic buildings emphasized solid mass, structural clarity, and public function, foreshadowing the rationality of Renaissance design. The Renaissance Revolution. The early 15th century marked a turning point not only for Florence but for architecture as a whole. Architects such as Filippo Brunelleschi reintroduced classical principles drawn from ancient Rome, emphasizing proportion, symmetry, and mathematical harmony. Brunelleschi's greatest achievement, the Dome of Florence Cathedral, was both an engineering marvel and a symbolic triumph. Constructed without traditional scaffolding, it transformed the city skyline and demonstrated the power of human ingenuity. Renaissance palaces reshaped the urban landscape. Buildings like the Palazzo Medici Riccardi introduced a new architectural language based on classical orders, rusticated stonework, and carefully balanced facades. These structures expressed wealth and authority while maintaining a sense of restraint and civic responsibility. High Renaissance and Mannerism. As Renaissance ideals matured, Florentine architecture became more refined and expressive. Architects such as Leon Battista Alberti contributed theoretical depth, emphasizing architecture as an intellectual discipline. Churches like Santa Maria Novella showcased harmonious facades grounded in classical geometry. In the 16th century, Mannerism emerged as a response to the perceived perfection of high Renaissance architecture. Buildings became more experimental, playing with scale, tension, and unexpected forms. The Laurentian Library, designed by Michelangelo, exemplifies this shift, using dramatic staircases and unconventional proportions to challenge classical norms. Later developments and preservation. Under Medici rule, Florence expanded with gardens, villas, and Baroque additions, though large-scale transformation remained limited. Unlike many European cities, Florence avoided excessive modernization, preserving much of its historic fabric. In the modern era, preservation has been a defining concern, ensuring that Renaissance and medieval structures remain central to the city's identity. Conclusion. Florence's architectural history is a story of continuity and innovation. From Roman foundations and medieval fortresses to Renaissance harmony and Mannerist experimentation, the city shaped architecture as an art grounded in human reason and experience. More than a collection of monuments, Florence stands as a living testament to how architecture can express cultural ideals across centuries, making it one of the most influential architectural cities in the world.